about that when I be doing the joints. Like, I'll be like, if I say 8, I try to get there at least 8. You know what I'm saying? 8 o'clock, 8:01. Sometimes if I got to stall it out. Feet, what's up? What's up with it? Yeah, one little cube. I usually don't put nothing on it, but it's a little. Y'all know I'm super excited about my guest tonight, man. I don't know, certain generations might not know and all this, that, and the third, but Monie Love, yeah, that's dope for me. So we're gonna see what's up. Kilo, what up? I gotta hit you up too, because I gotta being as though I can't go see Slook, I need you to give me my number so you can have it on the list. Let me make sure she's not on here yet. Oh, she is. And I didn't even know. Good thing I checked. Diddy, what up? How you feeling?
Good. Good. I just watched the president's brief, as I do, and that was entertaining as usual.
You think about that?
I'm just always amazed at how just his level of communication with the press. It's always kind of antagonistic, So it's like games. Every time I watch it, it's like there's serious conversation had, but he always seems to have there's a level of antagonistic back and forth between him and the press, always, every time I watch it.
Yeah, he is. Let me give you a proper introduction, right? And I don't want to mess this up, so I'm just gonna say rap pioneers. Not pioneer, like they say, oh shit, that's so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like generation, whatever. But I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that a legend, and big. It's a big from that era. You don't people probably another thing. They probably like.
It's okay. First of all, let me say this. Instagram is really breaking up. I don't know if you hear me smoothly or if you hear me like breaking up a little bit. I definitely hear you breaking up. So some of what you say gets lost.
How about right here? If I hold it.
This is good. This is good. This is good.
It's
yeah.
Better.
Yeah. This is.
What did you hear that I say? Because I can say it over.
Yes.
I said I wanted to introduce that pioneer. When I say pioneer, you look so young. Not young. You look 30. So they probably like, you know what I'm saying? You got the Benjamin Button. You don't age.
Listen, man, Black, I'll be 50 this year. Now, if this quarantine wasn't happening right now, and me and you was hanging out, or we was out to dinner or something, and I stood up and sat down a few times, you'd hear my knees crack. Then you'd believe I'm about to be 50. Okay?
Yeah, but that's something else. The appearance is still there, and all the time they be like, oh, never. You know what I'm saying? But for me, ask you certain questions. I've heard a billion times, but never from me. So it'll be the same thing from me. And for me, like grew up watching certain. A lot of people didn't know. So I'm 44, right?
Oh, you're a baby. You're a baby.
Okay, I'll take that.
I got you by several years, brother.
Yeah. But I grew up watching all the stuff. You know, I wanted to be entertained and
No, I get it. We're the set. We're
right.
the set before you. My set is the set before
Right.
you. Right. I
So
get it.
I was like a kid watching you guys were a couple years. Me being a kid, Big Daddy and Queen Latifah, One and D Nice. Now talking about D Nice, but I'm like, oh, it's been D Nice. You got to do some research, and you know, it's been my name is D Nice.
Right.
So when people were saying it, even my daughter is like, you know about D Nice on Instagram. I'm like, what else? A DJ? Like, nah.
Yeah, they don't know that it's the dude that was the TR-808, but just call me D Nice.
Right.
Totally.
So it'd be major for me. I talk to certain people about that. Listen, for you, it's so easy. Well, not easy. Ask you, but people that don't know exactly are you
from? London, England.
I know.
South London, a place called Brixton, South London. Yeah.
All right, so you know when I used to watch y'all and stuff. I bet so that like how people get in the football player they can't tell.
Say that again. You're breaking up.
It's a show called American. That's
All American. No, the guy that plays the lead character, right. Spencer. I forgot the last name.
James, yeah.
He is from Birmingham. Now, there's a Birmingham, obviously, down south in America, but which is Birmingham. But Birmingham, how we pronounce it, but it's spelled the same way, is outside of London. It's like it's north and it's outside of London, and they have a very different accent to what my accent sounds like. It's very, very different, and I'm amazed. That he was, because that's tough. It's one thing to sound like you're from the States coming from South London, because that's a pretty flat accent. But when you come from up north in England, which is outside of London and further north, the accents get like Game of Thrones. They start to sound like Game of Thrones. The further north in England you go, and for him to have nailed it like that wasn't an easy task.
Guilty. I didn't know you had an accent.
It's twisted, Black, because there was one period of time when my mother, because first of all, my entire family is Jamaican, right? My whole family comes from Jamaica. And I'm the first generation of my family born outside of Jamaica, born in England, right?
Right.
Now, a lot of my family came to either England, Canada, or America. My family that came to America went straight to Brooklyn, okay? And the family in Brooklyn is in Flatbush, okay? And there was a period of time where my mother came to the States. She was going to stay. She had got a job here. She moved here. She took me. I'm the youngest one. And I had to go to school for 6 months in Brooklyn. And I went to a high school called Wingate High School in Brooklyn. And that's where I met MC Light. MC Light and I went to high school together. When I was in high school, I was getting way too much attention and I did not care for it. I was this new girl. I spoke different. I dressed different. I came from another country. It was a bunch of attention that I didn't want. So I studied how everybody spoke and I nailed it.
Okay. So one of my questions too, because I was going to ask you about 4 people.
Oh, somebody on your live went to Tilden. What up? Miss English too went to Tilden High School in Brooklyn. That was a rival high school to the Wingate High School, one of the rival high schools. Anyway, go ahead, Black.
Okay, no, I was going to ask you if you remember Queen Latifah.
If I remember where I met her?
You know, that's like real close.
Yeah, no, because that's easy because I met Latifah in England. She was doing shows. She came over to England doing shows. And this is after I went to high school in Brooklyn for like 6 months. I started in like October of 86. And by March of 87, I had left and went back to England because my mother was like, no, this isn't for me. I don't feel like it, like the job that she was working. And she was like, no, we're going back to England. So we went back to England. So I only went to high school for about 5 or 6 months in Brooklyn. And then I went back to England. And then when I went back to England, that's when I really started honing my craft. I didn't tell Light I could rhyme because I was like, I was intimidated because Light was doing her thing already in high school. Like Light would come to school on a Monday and talk about how she was at Latin Quarters and all this other stuff. And I'm like, how? Like, we're teenagers. Like, how are you getting in and doing this?
I was in there you looking from the outside in.
You know, and it's like I was intimidated. So even me with my little rhyme book and my little poems and stuff like that, I did not tell Light that I could rhyme. So when I left high school and I went back to England, that's when I really started getting serious about what I was doing. And that's when I became a B-girl, and I started, like, I was breaking, I was popping, I was spinning on my back, I was doing all of that because it was all all the culture.
But yeah, you was part of it. It was with you.
Right. So, you know, we was doing all of that. And then at that time, we started getting acts from America come over and do shows in England. And Latifah was among some of those acts.
Okay.
So I met her actually, oh, that's thunder, getting a thunderstorm out here. I met her in a club called Dingwalls in Camden Town in London. Yeah.
So basically, you didn't have to like this. You didn't have to like somebody. Did you have to rapper or just because around them already? It was a thing like you doing it with like in high school. Like it's different.
Yeah, you really breaking up over there, Black.
Oh yeah, it's what I'm moving. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, let me explain what I was about to say. Make it make sense. For me, coming and Big Daddy Kane wanted to rap. Had nobody rapping. So did you have somebody like that wanted to rap, or you just cool with people?
I was a fan of the same people that you were a fan of. I was a fan of.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So I listened to them. I honed my craft after them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they influenced me too.
Okay, cool. Because it's like the same, like me and high school together. You know, me and Eve was together, so it wasn't like how somebody was, she inspired me to rap, but she was right there. She was right there. So we wasn't as each other because we were both trying to do something.
Right.
You know, and I think she was a little bit more into it than I was at that point.
I would say the person that really put the battery in my back is Shantae, because when I listened to Shantae and her battle style, she was just so like, she was like, I was like, you're taking on all these dudes. Like, she was just so ferocious and fierce and fearless that she pretty much put the battery in my back. And I was like, damn, women can really do this. Like, women can really do this. Like, not just be doing it to be like, hey, you know, I'm cute, I can rhyme. Like, no, women are really doing this like ill, like that, you know?
How old were you when you first got the deal?
16. I couldn't sign my own contract. My parents had to sign my contract.
16.
Yeah.
So, did you like want to still make like just because like for me, I still rap, but I don't chase it. Used to. I listen to me about that, but love is there. When I doing music, I love the movie. So I'm like movie.
Back then, okay.
Music to place inside of my movies, but that's about it. I'm cool.
We were doing it. I can say me and most of my peers, we were doing it because we wanted to be the best. I was doing it because I wanted to be the best in England. Once I achieved a level of success in England and had charted songs in England and did all the top TV shows, at that point I was like, okay, I want to go earn the respect of my peers in the belly of the beast the place where the culture was born and where it comes from. So I want to go to America, and I want to earn the respect of all the people that their posters are up on my wall in England. That's what I want to do. And then when I came to America, it was tough. It was tough, man, because it was like, it was just really hard because I was a girl, and then make it worse. The first interest from my peers is, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her. And I'm like, oh, she cute. And I'm like, no, I'm not cute. I'm not cute. I'm sick on this mic. You need to be afraid of me. Fear me. Like, I'm not cute. Like, that was my vibe.
I think my whole neighborhood had it. You was a girl. You just did.
It was hard. It was hard to earn the respect as a lyricist. It was really, really difficult.
Do you ever go to make a song just for you now? Like, ever just?
Oh yeah, I still do. There's a lot of stuff I do a lot of stuff now for the sport and for the fun, kind of like what I did in the beginning. Because in the beginning, we were doing it to be the best in our hood, and then the best on our level, and then achieve to be the best when you're put on a tour. When you are put on a tour with Big Daddy Kane, with Rakim, with EPMD, with all these Digital Underground. Pac was a rookie at the time, right? And we're all on the road together. Everybody's show, you're trying to top the next person. If you go on first, you're trying to give an incredible show so that everybody else is difficult to follow. If you go on third, you're trying to top everybody that went before you and trying to give an incredible show so that people remember you, even though Kane is headlining or Kim is headlining. You know what I'm saying? And then as a girl, it's even tougher. And it's like, I was a part of Latifah's camp at that time while we were on those tours because of Ladies First. And Latifah had her stage game so damn down packed that she knew that, like, Ladies First was her killer. She knew that was her killer. She wouldn't even let me walk around backstage. She wanted people to guess the entire show. Is she gonna bring out the little chick from England, or is she not gonna bring her out? Is she gonna bring her out? Latifah would make me stay in the dressing room all the way up until it's time for me to say, let me take it from here, queen. I couldn't come out the dressing room and come to the stage until right when I had to rhyme, because she wanted to always keep that surprise aspect.
No, that didn't look like that from our point of view.
What?
It didn't. It looked like you were. It was just like, it was Queen Latifah, it was Monie Love, it was Big Daddy Kane. It wasn't like I was old enough maybe to see who was like, oh, that's the new, like how the crowd. I wouldn't see it like that, because to me it was like there, Public Enemy. You was already there. Notice, like you.
Nah, I was the rookie. Me and Pop were on the same level. We were both rookies. And in the beginning, when we were on a lot of those tours, we were the rookies. He was the rookies as a rookie as part of Digital Underground's camp. I was the rookie as part of Queen Latifah's camp. You know what I'm saying? And then we both garnered our own respect and our own level to be able to branch off. Because it wasn't until after that big tour, that tour lasted for about 6 months. It was like the Big Daddy Kane tour. And Third Base was on it too. And it wasn't until after that tour that my album came out. It wasn't until, because that tour was like 88, for the better part of 88. My album didn't come out until 89, the end of 89.
You know what the good thing about that? And I tried to do that. I tried to reestablish at one point in Philly. But it obviously didn't. Back then, the reason why I didn't wasn't or whatever, I didn't see Pac, but it was like everybody would put each other in video. Like if Big Daddy Kane had a video, you would see this market. You would see whoever.
You remember seeing Pac in a bunch of naughty videos, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
People would do that. Artists would put all the people that were popping in their video. Like, they don't do that no more.
I mean, well, hey, Chauncey, well, to a certain extent, but you gotta think about it though, Black. People had real relationships. It wasn't like, it was real organic shit. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna put such and such in a video for the sake of putting such and such a video. Like, people had real relationships. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, I'm shooting a video You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting a video in Penn's Landing today. Come hang out with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a little change that I wish we would do a lot more. You see it on some higher
I see it sometimes. There's some people that have good relationships with each other.
or as people start collaborating. So can you give me a funny story behind this? So people that come in that world and never be behind. Give me a story that you doing. I don't care if it was one day y'all was perform and something was wrong, but y'all ended up pulling through.
I'll tell you a story about Latifah. I'm gonna tell you a story about how real Latifah is. And since we're speaking about relationships with people that people had, this is how real Latifah is. I had a show one night at the Tunnel, right, by myself. I had a show to do at the Tunnel in New York. It was by myself. And that day, the actual day, was freshman day. It was high school freshman day. Now, you know, shit go down at high schools on freshman day, right? Okay. So my friend asked me and two of my other girlfriends to meet her at her younger sister's high school to walk her younger sister home. And the high school, I don't know if the person is still on this live, the high school was Tilden High School in Brooklyn, right? So we all go there to meet up with my friend's little sister so we can walk her home so she don't get jumped on freshman day, right?
Right.
At the time, I had a Gucci link with a Nefertiti head on it, right? But I wasn't flashy black. I had that shit in my shirt.
Right.
Because that's how I wore my shit anyway. I wasn't that one, okay? But I had a short haircut, if you remember. So therefore, on the back of my neck, you could probably see a couple of links, right? From the Gucci link. So we standing out there. The little sister comes out. We start walking down the street. And then the girls that are with me start to notice there's a group of girls walking behind us. So we walk, and then we get to a store. You know when like them storefronts kind of, the windows come out, but the doorway is kind of in, and a shop front?
I'm with you.
We get to a store like that. One of the girls grabs the back of my neck. She grabs the link, right? So I feel it because it goes like this and starts to choke me. So then I turn around. I'm turning around and I'm pulling it, and I pull it to pull the girl back closer to me. Me and the girl start fighting. So we fighting. I'm getting the better end of her. And when her friends see that I'm getting the better end of her, they jump me. And at that time, my girlfriends are trying to fight also. But then somebody from inside the store grabs my friends, pulls them in the store. They're reaching to try and grab me to pull me in the store. Store door locks. I'm out there with all these girls, right, trying to fight me. So I'm like, fuck it. This is a losing battle at this point. So it's one of two things I could do. I can either I got a show tonight. I could either this is me making the decision in my head. I could either get seriously told the fuck up, or I could protect myself, protect my head, because we both slipped. Me and the girl slipped on the floor. So at that point, I had a thick denim jacket on. I pulled the denim jacket over my head. I rolled into a tight ball. I put one hand on this side of my head, the other hand on the other side of my head, and just protected my head and my face, right? And eventually, the kicking stopped. A cop came. He was like, "You can come out. It's a cop. You know, I got you." And I was like, "Yeah, slide your badge underneath my jacket, because the minute I open my face, I'm not trying to take a boot in my face. So slide your badge underneath." So he slid his badge underneath, and I saw it was a cop, whatever. So I opened up. They opened the door. They let my friends out the store. They was mad because they got shut in a store, because I guess the people were trying to stop the fight, but they didn't pull everybody in the store. Anyway, I get back to where I was living, which was a dead-end street called Westbury Court on Flatbush. I get there. I call Latifah. I tell Latifah what happened. Latifah was from Jersey to Brooklyn in like 45 minutes in the middle of the day in the heat of traffic, which is unheard of. You can't make it from East Orange, New Jersey to Flatbush, Brooklyn in 45 minutes. Like how? I don't know. Okay. She made it to Brooklyn in like 45 minutes. Ha!
Did she pull up on her Clio?
She was Cleo. That's the first time I ever saw Cleo. She had a bat.
So you knew
She had
Cleo.
a baseball bat. She had a baseball bat, and she was like, "Come on!" And I was like, "Ain't like, who are we gonna find? Ain't nobody gonna be at that school now. Like, it's over. Like, it is what it is." She's like, "No, that's not what we doing. We're not going out like that. People need to know they can't do that." Da, 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 da. So it's me, it's her, it's Apache's girlfriend at the time, a bunch of Jersey girls and a bunch of Brooklyn girls, and we're walking up and down Flatbush Avenue by like Church Avenue, and I'm like, this is pointless. Like, we're not gonna find anybody. But I admire how real she was in that moment. Like, she was hot. She was hot. She was examining my little bruises and stuff. She was pissed. She had a baseball bat. She was like dead ass serious. And I look back at that moment and I say to myself, yo, she's real as hell. That was the first time I ever saw Cleo.
You met her before we did.
I met her before she actually made her movie screen debut.
Well, listen, I do something on this where I'll be asking like Philly artists, five rappers. I know art, you can't do it. See, give me if you can. I don't want to say, give me 10. 10 of the best New York rappers.
Oh, I hate lists.
No order. And
okay.
I know it's hard, but I gotta put that pressure on you because I'm putting the pressure on my folks down here to give me 20. And that's damn near impossible. That is impossible. So give me 10 in New York for you. So many people. So they can go from all the way back till now.
Okay. The God Allah, Rakim. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. Another guy that I would do verbal exercises off of listening to his rhyme style is Big Daddy Kane.
Definitely.
Yeah, he did it for me. Oh my God, Beans for me. You ask any of my girlfriends, like, and they will tell you, oh, she turns into beast mode. She turns into a whole nother person when she listens to Beanie Siegel. And it's been that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Since the first album.
So you jumped off from Kane to Siegel.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back though.
Because I'm no good with doing lists. What I can do is name these people based off how influential they are to me as a music listener.
Yeah, that's why it's for you. That's why I'm your list.
Yeah. So Beans is definitely there for me.
Okay.
Talib Kweli is there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Talib Kweli is there for me because of his intricacy. His intricacy, his cadence and pronunciation.
Right.
Dig the shit out of that.
Okay, that's 3.
Yeah. So how many we got now?
That's 3. You got 7.
Okay. I got 7 more to go. No problem. Nas is on my list. Rhapsody's on my list. Rhapsody's on my list. She's a young lady that she's to a lot of people she seems new. She's not new. She's been honing her craft for a good. Rhapsody's been honing her craft for a good 10 years.
Okay.
Also from North Carolina. She seems new to everybody else now though, because she signed to Rock Nation now, and she's getting a lot more prime time than she did in the beginning, which I'm very happy about. But she's definitely on my list. She's definitely a wordsmith. I like Light. Always looks up to Light.
Okay, that's 6.
Yeah, always looks up to Light. She used to rhyme and people used to think she was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? And then they realized, oh my God, it's a girl. She would sound just like a young boy whose voice has not broken yet. And just the shit that she would say, people would think, oh, it's a little boy. No, she's just tough like that. So Light's definitely there. There's somebody, I like Cassidy. I like Cassidy a lot, again, because of the wordplay. And
That 8.
yeah. I mean, everybody's favorite, Jay-Z. I can't. I can't not. I can't be a lover of words, pronunciation, cadence, flow. I can't be a fan of that and not say.
Okay, now listen, you at 9, so you got to be careful. You just said Jay-Z, and you gonna have to say
You know what? But listen, wait, how much do I have? How many do I have now?
1.
One left?
1.
I got one left to say.
1. So you
All right.
gotta say this person.
Okay. No, you're gonna get mad at me. It's probably not who you think.
I will.
I'm gonna say
About New York. About New York real heavy before.
Think real heavy. All right.
Think about New York real heavy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you a year too. 90s. He was not.
Yeah, I'm gonna disappoint you. I know I am because I'm blacking right now because I already said Rakim. I already said Big Daddy Kane. Those were for me. Those were for me.
And you said Jay-Z.
And I said Jay-Z.
So no King of New York?
No.
No King of New York?
Big? Oh my God. Of course, Big.
There we go.
Of course, Big.
I was about to say.
Nah, of course, Big. Those are it. Those are the cornerstones. Those are the cornerstones. There's so many more people that I could have mentioned, but having to keep it to 10, I would say, yeah.
I love the culture. I love music. So many different. I would never be able to get 10 favorite artists. Never. Because I listen to Scar. I couldn't.
It's tough. It's tough. It's really tough to narrow it down when you're, which is why I never get, when they put these lists out in Complex magazine or back in the day, Source magazine or whatever it was, whenever they put these lists out, I never get upset because it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough to put these lists together.
Very tough. Look, LL, yeah, all of that.
Another one.
Did you ever want to do acting? You know I gotta ask that for specific reasons. I gotta ask you that.
Well, my two main plights with acting which were pretty cool, was I was in Strapped and everybody and their mother was in Strapped. Okay. Fun. No, everybody and their mother was in Who's the Man. Okay. That's the one that everybody was in. Who's the Man? Strapped, it was just Fredro and me. That's I think were the only two MCs in that one, and that was Bokeem Woodbine and stuff, and that was directed by Forrest Whitaker. That was fun, and good experience. And Who's the Man, of course, was fun and good experience, and it was just like star-studded. It was really like I played Ice-T's girlfriend at the time in the bar, and I was smoking a cigarette and making fun of them, calling him his real name was Chauncey. It was fun. It was very much fun.
So what you like more? You like one?
I do. You know what? I like the feel of learning lines and delivering lines and being convincing, being somebody that's not yourself. I like the idea of that. I actually got the part. Check this out. Here's a tidbit for you. Here's another way how Latifah and I are connected. I originally got the role for the obnoxious waitress in Jungle Fever, the one that's cursing out Wesley Snipes for being with a white girl. I got that part, and I started going to all the table reads with Spike and the rest of the cast, Wesley and Halle Berry and everybody else. We were doing the table reads. I was brand new, fresh in England at the time, and I was here on a work visa that was gotten for me by Warner Brothers, which was the label that I was signed to. And when it came time that it was going to be scheduled to shoot my scene, my work visa had run out, and by the time Warner Brothers was going to be able to have it reissued, was going to go over when 40 Acres and a Mule, Spike's company, needed to shoot my scene. So they had to go with somebody else for that role, and the somebody else was Latifah. And it's so funny because later on, years later, when she did an interview and she spoke about this, she was like, and in addition to that, I was pregnant. I was pregnant. That wasn't going to be a problem though. They were just going to put me in a bigger apron. But Latifah thought it was because I was pregnant or what have you. And then she was like, in an interview later on, she was like, "I'm so glad Monie started having kids because that was my breakthrough. That was my breakthrough into movies. That was her first role.
That's how it happens sometimes.
That's what knocked the door to get into movies."
It just, hold on, froze for some reason. It's something.
Into IG always be glitching.
I don't know what happened. It just did. I wasn't using the app. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, we're a little delayed. So I had to bring that up. Naturally, I want my movie, so I got to put you on the spot here. You know, okay.
Definitely, I could play somebody's spicy mama. They're a real spicy mama to tell people to shut the door because you're letting out my cold air.
I keep that in
I
mind.
can play somebody mama.
I keep that in mind. I keep that in mind. Out the movies, so you can see the work. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Next one gonna be
Good. Hone your craft. Absolutely.
But after this next one, because I already have my ready to go. After this next one, I'm gonna keep in mind if it's spicy mom, is somebody with that same type of stigma.
I could do it. I can do it. I can do it. Yes, I can do it.
Okay, so this is the question I asked everybody, you know, and people always see an elevation. They might I know where I'm. Some people might just where they at. 5 years ago, right? I pick up the phone and I call you. And I say, "Hey Mo, what's up? Where you at? Where you living? What you doing?"
Okay. 5 years from now, it's gonna be like, oh my, and you're gonna be like, "Hey Mo, how you doing? How's everything? How's life treating you?" Yo, Black. I just won an award for my syndicated radio show. I'm on in like all markets now across the United States. I'm on 2 to 7 in all markets, and I just won a radio award for that. I'm so happy about it. My podcast is like 5 years strong now. It's doing really good. And oh, have you seen my cooking TV show, Sibling Rivalry?
Yep,
brother? Oh my God, we have the most awesome cook-offs. Me and my little brothers, I call him Speed, but you know him as B-Boy Stance, all right? Me and my little brother, yeah, have you seen our show? Oh my God, like we've been on for 3 years now, and the show is doing really good. That's what my conversation is gonna sound like in 5 years, Black.
You forgot, oh yeah, that movie you put me in still bringing in revenue.
Oh, hell yeah! I'm still getting my checks.
I'm still getting them checks off of that movie.
I'm still getting my SAG checks.
Off of my spicy roll. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. Because I know where I'm headed. I know what I'm doing. And I believe with dreams too. Whatever they want to do, they can do it. It sounds cliche, but it's...
Can I say something though? Because I still you know, there's a large, well, there was before the shutdown, there was a large surgence of booking of classic hip hop shows. And I just, right before everything shut down, I was just out there. I did a show in Atlantic City with everyone. KRS-One was headlining, Rakim was on it, Big Daddy Kane was on it, Tough Crew was on it. Everybody was on that show. It was crazy. And that was in Atlantic City at the Boardwalk Hall, right? And that was just in Martin Luther King weekend. That was January, right? And I had such a good time as far as not only being a performer, but being a fan, because there's many of those people that were on the bill that I haven't been on the lineup with in maybe 15 to 20 years. Like KRS-One, I've only ever been on the same bill as him once. in my career prior to January of this year. So that was just phenomenal for me. And that man is a complete monster when he comes on stage. You hear me? We
Right.
all did sound check that day. Like we all did sound check and it sounded fine. But when that man came on, his sound took a whole nother level. It sounded like Godzilla walked in the building. It was crazy.
He always had that voice and that.
Oh my God.
He always been like that.
Oh my God.
Day one. So that's I had the pleasure of opening up for Ken, and I was talking to him. How I know people come in front of people and tell them, you made me want to do it. It was for you, like you don't understand. He was like, yeah. He was talking, he was cool and everything, but to me it was just looking like it's like moving scrap.
Yeah. And that's the craziest thing. He can still do the splits in some flat bottoms, like still to this day.
So I opened up for him for it.
But the one thing I was gonna say to you is that on those shows, whenever I do perform, we have a segment in the show because I perform by myself, but I also perform in a group which is called Alumni, which is Chub Rock, Dana Dane, Kwame Special Ed, and myself, right? And we perform together as a collective called Alumni. So sometimes when I travel and do shows, it's with Alumni, as well as sometimes I travel and do them by myself. But as far as DJs is concerned, Tap Money is our DJ.
Okay.
He DJs for us as part of Alumni, and as a solo act, Tap Money DJs for me also when I do my solo shows. And we always have a segment of the show where the DJ does what the DJ does, and it always serves as a reminder that the DJ came first. Right. And what I always like to do also is talk about the fact that Philly has been known throughout time to be the breeding ground for some of the dopest DJs ever, winning world supremacy titles. Okay, you got 3 world champs that I know of off the back that come from Philly and that used to win in the DMC, the Disco Mix Club World Championship DJ Championships. Okay, now this is all over the world, and those were Jazzy Jeff, Cash Money, and DJ Miz. Those 3 guys won. Not they in different years and different eras, but all 3 of those guys won world supremacy. You know what I'm saying? And so many DJs come out of Philly that are just they're so nice, they're reckless with it. Like it don't even make no sense how sick they are with it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Tap Money is another one of those dudes.
We gotta read it. But it's important to me. How important is it to people that don't learn the culture, but they're in the business? Not somebody super.
You know what? No, this is a really good question. This is a really good question because anytime this topic comes up, many people get really super offended. And I'll say this. I'll say it like this. I'm not mad at some of the younger people that really have no clue, as long as they're willing to learn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like anybody that steps into any line of work, business, entertainment, whatever it may be, and comes in with an attitude like everything starts from now.
Right.
Because I stepped in the building, everything starts from now. I don't like that because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in any type of business. It doesn't make sense in, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these banks are historically old money banks. They started from somewhere. No matter how many name changes they went through, they started from some foundation financial institution that has a history. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that in any line of business, in any line of entertainment, and any line of anything, there's always lineage. Lineage goes back. Lineage is history. Right. So as long as you're willing to find out, to learn, or to be embracive of the fact that shit, the wheels started turning before you got here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you're willing to do that, then I'm cool. I just don't like folks that step in the building and it's like, nah, it starts here from now. I'll be like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, or think they, you know, like,
Yeah, instantly I just be like, yeah, I'm cool on you.
yeah, because it's like a
Immediately.
birth or something. It's like you
Right.
gotta remember like where it came from, or you know, the way everybody somebody had, you know, magnificent going in that particular field. And so when people come, I forgot somebody was signed that made him go back and listen to Biggie's record. And,
Right.
yeah, because he didn't even know nothing about Big. He should, I get on my man. Is that battle? I get on him.
Okay, wait, Black. Let me say something real quick because you got some folks on your live that are talking about Jeezy. Because if you know anything about me and you've ever listened to Philadelphia radio, you will remember that there was a very awkward moment between Jeezy and myself on air when I was hosting a morning show in Philly. And there's a lot of people in here that are like giving Jeezy a hard time. Look, we had a misunderstanding, and that's all. And that's all it was. And he was offended by Nas having an album called Hip Hop is Dead. He came on the show. It was myself and Pooch and Laia, and Pooch asked him how he felt about that, and he's like, it's not fair for Nas to say that. And I was like, well, I tried to explain what I thought Nas meant by that, just meaning the concept of hip hop as far as all aspects of hip hop, right. political, street, silly, you know, comical, you know, all of that stuff, all being represented. It turned into a period of time where it was just street being represented, and that was it. So that's the period of time when Nas was saying hip hop is dead, possibly because all aspects weren't being represented anymore, right? I was trying to explain that to Jeezy, and Jeezy wasn't trying to hear it. And he got mad, and he started saying a bunch of stuff on the air that, like, that you can Google it, because I'm not going to repeat. It's very old, but it was just a misunderstanding that we had. You know what I'm saying? He stomped out the studio. He was very upset. And consequently, everybody thought that I got fired from that, because it just so happened that that same day that Jeezy came to the station, I had reached the end of my 6-month negotiation with the station as to whether I was going to stay or not. And we could not come to an agreement as far as the fine points of the contract. So I had decided I would not stay. But that decision happened right on the same day that Jeezy came in, and we had a blow up in the studio. Yeah, and he stormed out. So from that, everybody assumed Jeezy got Monie fired, blah, 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 and some people were for, and obviously some people were against. So, you know, I know there's a lot of people giving him a hard time, like he said that, and, you know, but don't, you know, so it was a misunderstanding, you know. All I was trying to say at the time is that all levels of hip hop weren't being represented at the time as a culture, and that's why Nas was saying hip hop is dead, as in the culture itself is dying because all of its elements weren't being represented anymore at that time. Oh, be nice, don't say that.
I mean, even if you know, didn't disrespect. Heavy. That's Session was one of my favorite. But that was my opinion too. Say what they want to say. It's hard to have an opinion. If you don't like something, you hate it. If you don't like it, just because you don't like it, you know what I'm saying? I feel a certain type way sometimes about certain things.
Hold on, Black, 1 second. Can you guys turn the oven off? Turn the oven off, please. Yeah, I'm cooking and talking at the same time. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I know as far as music and delivery, it's a few out there, but it's the same. And if you be like, oh well, you turn into a dad, first don't take right to it, right, because that's not. If you don't like it. So it's an opinion. It's like an asshole. Everybody got one.
Yeah, but some people are a lot more passionate about other people coming to their side of the fence than others.
Right.
Some people can give their opinion and be like, hey, that's my opinion, and I'm cool with whatever opinion you have.
Right.
I'm cool with it. But then there are some people that are like, no, you have to see it my way. You have to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That exists also. So I just be like, look, and I kept saying it to him. I kept saying, my brother, you know, I'm trying to tell you, my brother, like I was being really respectful with it, but he got really, really upset. And in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, damn, I wish we could have had a further conversation off air.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Just to get on a level plane. Cause you know, in hindsight, I'm sad that he left the studio angry that day.
Again.
I've never seen him since.
Oh.
I've never seen him since. And that was like 12 years ago. I've never seen him since. And I live out here now. How crazy is that?
I'm pretty sure he's in. As time go on, people out to me into the people's health. As long as it wasn't not like that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right. But listen, it's going to cut us off. I don't want it to do like it did with me and Peter.
Yeah, I gotta go make a gravy now anyway, because I did a roast turkey breast, I did rosemary roasted potatoes and a cornbread stuffing and steamed broccolini, and I'm gonna do a gravy now when I get off of this with you.
All right, send me a plate.
I'm a screenshot your plate and text it to you. I'm gonna text it to your phone.
Let them know where to listen to the.
Oh, you guys can download the app, the Kiss 104.1 app. It's an Atlanta radio station, but you can download the app or you can listen on iHeart. I'm on 2 to 7 every day, and I got a dope ass Kiss mix at 6. It's 30 minutes to move your bodies now that everybody's in quarantine and in the house. At 6 o'clock every day with DJ Reggie B's on my show. It's 30 minutes to move your ass. Okay. Some good ass R&B and hip hop mix, and it will move your ass, okay? And I do the live. I get on live for a half hour during the Kids Mix at 6, so I can see your names and shout you out and say hi and shit like that. Black, you're the best, man. You're the best, man.
Honor, and I appreciate it. Thank you for coming time out today. All that.
You got it. I'm a screenshot your plate and text it to your phone, okay?
Do that. I'm telling you, I tell people all the time, I work so fast. So before you know it, calling your phone saying, I'm to play that sassy.
Ready. Okay. Ready. All of this aside, ready.
Okay. All right, I'm waiting for my.
All right, I'm going to text it.